everyone, Bernard here on behalf of MovieGameNostalgia.com. Hope you're all very well. We're going to have a little movie review today, and the film is called, or the movie, or the film, I mean, I can't help saying movie now, can you? Very film thing in it here in the UK rather than movie, but I think we call it everything now, don't we? We're not bothered. Fanny Lee Delivered. I think it was about that, or Fanny, I think it's a play on words. I think it's a play on finally delivered, but obviously it's Fanny, F-A-N-N-Y, Lie, L-Y-E, delivered, Fanny Lie Delivered. We're going to look at today an 18 certificate, again the BBFC. I don't know where he gets these certificates from. I mean, yeah, I would give this a 15 at most. I mean, there's violence in it, but it's nothing too over the top, to be honest with you. Please, if you're new to this little channel and you enjoy movie reviews and TV drama reviews and information vlogs as well on DVD releases, cinema releases, etc., please push that all subscribe button and push the notifications so you know when these little vlogs are coming out. Fanny Lie Delivered, or Fanny Lee Delivered, 18 certificate, an hour and 51 minutes. It's a historical drama thriller. There are elements of thriller in it. It's more a drama, and it's certainly historical. It's set on an isolated farm in Shropshire in 1657. We don't get enough of films about around that time, do we? I always expected Peter Cushing or Christopher Lee to turn up in this, but sadly no. It's a story of Fanny Lee, or Fanny Lie, a woman who learns to transcend her oppressive marriage and discover a new world of possibility, albeit at great personal cost. Living a life of Puritan stricture with husband John and young son Arthur, Fanny Lee's world is shaken to its core by the unexpected arrival of two strangers in need, a young couple closely pursued by a ruthless sheriff and his deputy. Written and directed by Thomas Clay, stars wonderful Maxine Peake, the wonderful Charles Dance, and yeah, the wonderful Freddie Fox. I've got to say that. Is it any good? Well, Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, this is. I'll tell you a bit more about this in a minute. But Rotten Tomatoes, 96% positivity rating. 96%. 22 of their critics give it a fresh rating. Just one give it a rotten rating. So there you go. An average of 7.68 out of 10, which for Rotten Tomatoes is quite a healthy score. Some of the critics' comments. Nikki Bourne, writing for Empire magazine, scored it 8 out of 10 and said, while Maxine Peake shines in the lead role of a downtrodden woman finding her own voice, all aspects of Thomas Clay's gritty, immersive, historical drama blaze with visceral authenticity. Mary Ann Johansson likes it as well. She gave it 9 out of 10, writing for Flick Philosopher. She wrote, Maxine Peake is stupendous in this deliciously audacious period horror, ambitious in emotional scope and with monsters who feel unexpectedly modern, men who wield religion as a tool of oppression. Internet Movie Database, there's no critic scores, Metacritic scores, but we've got a user score. We've got 297 reviews as I'm doing this, 5.9 out of 10, so just below the watchable range, so perhaps not as quite as gushing as the critics, but we've got some gushing reviews. I think that I'll give you one negative in a moment, but all the plaudits at the moment. Magnificent, someone said. Unexpected tension and horror, said another. It's a great period drama, said someone else. Nico Soup on the 29th of June 2020 wrote, amazing, Charles Dance is thrilling, and went on to say, an amazing film that every Charles Dance fan must watch. I can't get enough of this man, and watching his amazing performance in a leading role like that one made me love this film. Great script, great story, and amazing performances. Sure deserves a watch. Another one wrote astonishing, and another one wrote hit and miss, but mostly a hit, and gave it 8 out of 10. So I've been very kind to it. That's Old Fashioned Films on the 27th of June. Went on to write, the scenery on show is very beautiful. Yeah, sort of, yeah, for a farm in Shropshire, yeah. Cast performances are amazing. Some scenes feel very out of the blue and don't fit in as well as others for flow. Overall, it's a very promising film that is very good, but feels as though it had more potential. Yeah, I sort of agree with that. I'm quite surprised by an 8 out of 10 though, but I thought there was more potential to the film personally. And the final review, someone who didn't like this, and how dare he say such a thing as his headline, another reason to hate British history. There we go. I mean, I love British history. I love history in general. I'm not saying I love everything about British history, but it's there, isn't it? It's out there. There's nothing we can do about it now. Contact Maz wrote this on the 27th of June and went on to say, this was oh so boring. It's had the makings of a great film with some great scenery, but the film was so slow and the plot was so weak. Whether a true story or not, definitely give this a miss. It's had potential but failed miserably. I'm not sure whether it's a true story or not. Movie game nostalgia. Right, this has been delayed and delayed. I think it's at least 3 years delay from production, starting production on this. There was plans to make it 3 or 4 years ago, which doesn't really bode well for this sort of thing. But then again, these sort of films probably, they have to be careful on financing because they don't exactly make loads of money normally, this sort of time period film. I did watch it without reading any of those Rotten Tomatoes gushing reviews and without any of the user reviews. I didn't watch a trailer either, which is sometimes a good thing. Looking at the poster, I had a quick look at the poster. I thought it could be a horror film. It looks as though she was... Fanny was a bit of a demon. I'm sure it looked as though she had a Bushido blade on the back on the poster, but you'll see that anyway. But yeah, so I had that impression of it. So it was interesting. I mean, the acting was superb. I mean, Dance and Peake are absolutely brilliant, and all the rest of the small cast are really, really good as well. I was surprised by the very high scores by the critics. I liked it, but there was much more about the film that was a little slow and laborious at times, and it was an hour and 51 minutes, so it's perhaps too long for the story, too long for the content. It should have perhaps tweaked it a little bit for an hour and 51 minutes, or reduced the film length. I enjoyed not knowing what was going to go on or what was going to happen in the story, and it's probably best watched that way. The least you know about it, the better, as long as you like watching a period 1657 film, you know, a 17th century film. There's enough in the last 30 minutes or so to raise it above the ordinary, and given the lack of quality films made in this for this time period, it was a nice addition to the genre. I do side with IMDb though, the user rating on this one. It's watchable but not deserving perhaps of the gushing critics reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, who I think have got a little carried away, I think, with the acting and it being well shot. The story's okay, but then there's like the first 45 minutes, some people, I can imagine some people getting a little bit bored, and so the review before got totally bored. Perhaps they turned it off before the final third of the film, which is a bit more interesting and exciting. So yeah, 15-20 minute cut to it would have certainly helped the film. But as I say, and perhaps a Peter Cushing or a Christopher Lee, but we're not going to get that these days, are we? So yeah, I'm not as gushing. I did enjoy it, and it is unusual. It's a very unusual film, and I say the acting was superb. But yeah, I'm not going to go mad. I'm just going to give it. I'm going to side with the IMDb score. I'm going to be nearer that. I'm going to give it a movie game nostalgia score of just 6 out of 10, which is my watchable rating, as you know, for this one. So as I say, and certainly if you don't like historical dramas, then probably give it a miss if you're not into that sort of thing. The poster, yeah, as I said, she looks as though she's carrying a blade on the back there from my first impressions of the poster. I like the poster. I think it's an interesting poster, and obviously a nice poster. Maxine Peake, you've never seen her like that very often, do you, in her acting career? But that's quite a good look for Maxine there. So I'm going to draw with the film. I'm not going to go. I was nearly give it 6.5, but I'll just give it 6 out of 10, like the film, because unless you like Maxine Peake, it perhaps hasn't got a lot to like about it. This film is out to own on the 24th of August. So if you're watching this after that, it's available now. If you're watching this before that, it's out on the 24th of August. $7.99 on DVD in the UK. So please check your territories on that one. Right, thank you very much. Please check my little links on screen. If you can get onto my little website, moviegamenostalgia.com, that'll be fantastic for old rare DVDs, movie posters from the 90s and 2000s, and some board games on there as well. That's absolutely superb. And please, if you know anyone who's into football, and especially Manchester City, please check out my Manchester City vlogs, past and present, on the playlists as well. That would be fantastic. Anyway, until we meet again, hopefully another movie review or a drama review or an information vlog, please look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family, and more importantly, let's all look after each other. This is Bernard saying, please stay safe, everyone. I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.